Welcome to Fudge Films presents the greatest podcast on Earth. Today's episode, Couples Therapy. Hello, all you listeners out there. It is another great, exciting podcast. It is the first podcast we've done since Valentine's Day. Clayton, let me ask, did you get lucky?
I won like $5 on a scratch off.
That counts. Alright, one of us got lucky this Valentine's Day. That's pretty good. That's better than every other year combined. So this week, I thought we'd do something, we always do the, haha, hee-hees. We always have some laughs. Why don't we get more personal? Why don't we dive, deeper into each other and, maybe see if there's some, sparks, as a comedy team. So we're doing this thing, it's called the 36 Questions of Love. What it is we both, one of us asks the pre-selected questions. One of us asks, we both answer. Then the next person asks the next question, we both answer. There's 36 of these. It's supposed to give you a deeper understanding of your significant other. Clayton is the only significant other I have in my life. As my comedy partner, he is probably more important to me than any romantic significant other I could have. So we're going to go through this and we're going to see, are we truly compatible? Or at least, do we love each other? So that's the plan. Clayton, is there any, how do you think this is going to turn out? Do you think we're going to walk away from this with a deeper understanding of each other? Or do you think we're going to walk away from this just being pissed at each other?
I think we'll both get some valuable insight.
Yeah.
Granted, I have not vetted these questions. I haven't read through them. This very well could be asking me, like how big is your ego?
Yeah. I don't think it is. Now, I haven't vetted these questions in, 3 years. I wanted to do this on the old Fudge Boys video podcast, and we never got around to it. And so I'm resurrecting it for this, and I think it's mostly just questions of, if your house was on fire, what's the one item you'd grab? Your dog can understand you for one sentence. What do you say? It's those kinds of questions. It isn't how willing are you to kiss the other person answering questions. It isn't questions like that.
Okay. You know what? I'm ready for it. I'm down for it.
Okay. All right. Well, let's start off with question number 1. If you could invite anyone in the world to dinner, who would it be? Yeah, you go first. I'm asking the question. You go first.
Arthur Morgan.
Okay. Are we doing fictional characters too? Is that allowed?
I say yes.
Okay.
Because I don't know real people very well.
Right. Okay. Spoken like a true gamer. Why would you invite Arthur to dinner? What would you talk to Arthur about at dinner?
I would just stare at him and ask him to hold my hand firmly.
Right. So that dinner's not gonna last long. I would go to dinner with Kermit the Frog. If we're choosing fictional characters, I'd go with Kermit the Frog and ask, how the fuck do you do it? Because that man's had a career for 40 years. And that's impressive. Okay, well that's
He also has to go around with a hand in his ass like all day. Think about that. When you're having dinner with Kermit the Frog,
yeah.
there's a hand in his ass, and it's not yours.
Um. Well, I definitely think I would lose my appetite if I focused on that. I mean, I'll suffer through what it takes to be able to have a conversation with him.
That's fair.
All right. Question 2. You want to ask this one?
Yeah, I got it. Question 2. Would you like to be famous, and in what way?
I think I would like to be famous, but to an extent. I would like to be like actor from the 1970s who's like an old man now, and like he just appears courtside and eats chili, and everyone's like, yeah, he was a good actor. I liked him in his movies 40 years ago. That's the kind of famous I want to be. I don't care about being rich, and I don't care about being world renowned. I just want people to stare at me while I eat chili. That's it.
That's fair.
What about you?
I'd want to be like, I'd be okay being like moderately famous.
Mm.
On the level of like, like on a scale from like Vinny Vine Sauce to Markiplier.
Yeah, the cool scale, yeah.
It'd be cool to have Markiplier's level of like influence. And you could just use it to shit on people lower than you.
But that's the thing. When you reach that level, even Vinny level, right? And Vinny's, I think, higher tier than you're giving him credit for. There's a lot of responsibility in that level of fame, and I don't think I could handle that level of responsibility for long. I think for a short period of time, I do my best to use it for good, but then I would like someone would tweet at me and be like, "You're dumb," and be like, "Hey, fuck you." And then everyone who likes me would just attack that person, and I don't think I could handle the responsibility of that.
I'd absolutely use that power for my own personal agendas. Fuck morals.
If you had a legion of blind fans who adored you, what is the first thing that you would sick them on?
Capitalism.
Okay. That's that's how I'd feel is, while I had that power, I tried to do good with it. Okay, let's move on to question 3.
I lost my mouse.
Oh shit.
Okay, continue.
Before making a telephone call, do you ever rehearse what you are going to say? Why?
Yes. I rehearse it for like 5 days beforehand. I will not make the call if I haven't run through like 500 different scenarios.
Yep. Same here.
Because I hate phone calls.
Yeah.
I will not do it.
I can't even do like Discord and stuff like that is so much more awkward for me than talking face to face. And so a telephone call with someone I don't know or like something official, I have to rehearse for like hours and hours until I'm like slightly confident, and then even then I'll dial and then like start chickening out. Like I have to like force myself not to hang up while it's dialing. Oh. Alright. Next question.
Next question. Question number 4. What would constitute a perfect day for you?
Ooh. I would say a perfect day for me is probably I'm trying to think of a day that I would call perfect in my life, which there's a very small amount of those, but I think one of them is that time that I went and saw the Aquabats live. So it would be a day of a fun road trip, good weather, going to see a concert of someone I really love, and then a late night road trip back while having deep conversations. That's a perfect day for me. What about you?
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
For me, chilling with the boys, doing some like board games with the boys, doing some party games with the boys, and just vibing, dude.
That's a good answer.
Hell yeah.
I definitely think the closest thing to a perfect day without being a perfect day for me is something like that. For me, I just need that little extra like sprinkle of like an event to take it over that edge. But without that sprinkle, it's still a damn good day.
Hell yeah.
Alright. Question 5. When did you last sing to yourself? To someone else?
Oh, gee. Well, I sang to myself like 30 minutes ago when I was doing laundry.
Yeah.
To someone else, though. Hmm. That'd be probably like, I don't know, do I sing to you guys? I don't think I do.
I'm
So
sure
that'd be like
Yeah.
months, I'd say probably months ago, I sang Coyote by some guy, I don't know.
Yeah.
I sang Coyote to someone because I like the
Yeah.
vocals part.
Well, you sang, remember we did the Pussy love story from Titanic stream, and we sang, the Celine Dion song together?
That's true, we did do that. We
So,
did that for all of our fans.
yeah, all of our adoring fans out there. Um, yeah, I definitely, relate to, like, just singing to yourself while doing, like, menial tasks. Like, I do that all the time, and it's just to keep my brain from, like, killing itself. So, I'll just sing, and I usually just sing, like, made-up songs. Like, I come up with, um, a suspiciously similar substitute of a song, in my head, and then write my own lyrics to it, and it always turns into a train wreck. So, and my to someone else would be singing, was it "My Heart Will Go On"? Is that the Celine Dion song?
Something like that.
Yeah. Okay. Next question.
Next question, question number 6.
Oh, long one.
If you were able to live to the age of 90 and retain either the mind or body of a 30-year-old for the last 60 years of your life, which would you want?
Oh, mind. Um, Definitely mind. I think. While it'd be nice to not have my body like snap in half, um, and I could keep my dashing good looks, uh, I'm already forgetful and like oblivious enough. And so I think having the mind of a 90-year-old but the body of a 30-year-old, I think that's just asking for trouble. I think uh, my power level is too high on my body and my power level on my brain would be too low that like people would die. I would cause some kind of accident. So, yeah, definitely mind. And also that means no Alzheimer's, and I'll take that. So, what about you?
You know what? That's completely fair. The root. So we're on the same page in that we both already, our minds are already going with
Yeah.
forgetfulness and whatnot. I'm taking it a different route though. I'm already losing my marbles, so I'm gonna say just fuck it. That's off the table. I want my body. I don't want to deteriorate
Okay.
and be like mentally aware of falling apart,
Oh,
living
that's true.
longer than we were made for.
Yeah.
I'll
That's a
take it.
fair answer.
I won't remember like my I won't remember like my granddaughter's name.
Yeah.
Fuck it. I'll still carry her on my back and like be like, look at the cloud. Look, what are those? What?
What
What
are
are
those
those?
things? Oh, holy shit!
Every
There's something
day's
in
a
the
new
sky.
adventure, dude.
That is such a terrible take on like Alzheimer's and all of that. Every day is a new adventure. Fuck. All right, that's a good answer. I'm not changing my answer, but that's a very fair answer. All right. Question 7. Do you have a secret hunch about how you will die? This is dark.
Oh, secret hunch about how I'll die. I don't think so. I don't think I do. I don't know. I didn't really think that far ahead. Well, the day's gonna come sometime, and when it does.
Okay, you and I approach death very differently then. I am constantly thinking about my own death. My secret hunch is, I figure it'll probably be, suicide, or a heart attack. It just depends on where I'm at career-wise, like, later in my life. I give myself to, like, 35, and, if I haven't made significant career strides by then, I'll probably just kill myself, which is very dark to say, and I don't recommend that to anyone, and I'm kind of joking. I'm gonna say I'm 85% joking. But if I am successful, it'll be suicide by drug overdose. We're gonna go the Kurt Cobain way. He died by a shotgun. That's not. I got that mixed up.
Gee.
Gee. Well, now I gotta commit to it.
How old was he?
27.
Okay, you got time.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna bring down that age now. 35, too old. If I don't make significant career strides by 27, which is very unrealistic because everyone I respect didn't make career strides until like their 30s. But if I don't have significant career strides by 27, I'm gonna put a white lighter by my bed and join the 27 club. Jeez. This went from like, wow, what a fun time we're having, to fucking dark. This is my reminder that don't kill yourself, and please don't. Anyway, next question.
Next question. Moving on. Let's see. Hopefully it's lighter.
Okay.
Okay. This implies already. So I'm evens, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Name 3 things you and your partner appear to have in common. Already assuming, I guess, comedy partner in this case.
Yeah, that's what it means.
Well.
Oh, I have to answer this. Oh, sorry. Sorry, the last question just like completely derailed me as a host right now. 3 things you and your comedy partner have in common. 1, gamers. 2, I think you and I both, and I could be off on this one, but I think you and I both know, or you and I both are trying our best, but like how do I put this? You and I are both trying our best to do this, and we're also very aware of like our limits and like what we're incapable of doing with this, and we both trust each other that if one of us is like, do this, we'll just say fuck it to our limits, fuck it to the best we can do, we'll go above and beyond for each other comedically. I might be off on that one, but I feel that very strongly, that you several times I have told you to do a thing and it's been outside your comfort zone and you've done it, and vice versa. And I guess the third thing is yeah.
Oh my goodness, Kinsey.
That's the answer. Good job, Kinsey. Kinsey knocking it out of the park.
It's like she doesn't even realize that we're recording.
She didn't even knock.
Goodness gracious.
The third thing is we both really like Charles, your other dog.
They're going nuts.
Yeah.
I'm muting my. They're going crazy. Okay, I'm gonna. 3 things. You and your partner. Okay.
You don't have
both,
to panic.
We're both funny.
Okay. Debatable.
We're both handsome.
Ooh, very debatable. One of us is.
We're both we like water.
Wow. Profound answers. I'm really learning so much about you.
That's 3.
Legally, technically, you're off the hook on this one. All right. Question 9. For what in your life do you feel most grateful?
I guess I'm grateful for the small group of friends that we've curated over the years.
Curated's a good word, yeah.
We've got a very tight-knit little group.
Yeah. I would definitely agree. That was actually probably going to be my answer. I'm very grateful for our friends. So I got to change my answer now. So thank you. Fuck you. I guess I'm really grateful that we live in 2020 where we're able to do this. You know, if we were interested in comedy, in performing 40 years ago, we could not do that from we couldn't do that over the telephone, recording a tape, you know, and doing what with it, like mailing it to our friends. Like, there's never been something technologically, like right now, that allows us to do this. So I'm very grateful that we live in the now, as opposed to a time that we could not be able to do this. That's my answer. Also, I like my friends. There we go. There's my answer.
Hell yeah.
Alright. Question 10. Go ahead.
Question 10. Here we go. If you could change anything about the way you were raised, what would it be?
Oh, this is a dark one. Uh-oh. Okay. I think I would change how angry my parents got. My parents were not forgiving people whenever I was younger. They are now. Things really changed as I got older. But as a little kid, when you're privy to make the most mistakes, my parents were not the most forgiving people. And that made me very afraid of failure and very unable to communicate my frustration. This is great therapy. This is a great podcast. All right, what about you?
Gee. I'd probably like I guess that's not really. I want like older parents, which I guess isn't really. It's not really how I was raised.
Sure.
So I'd say older parents. If not that, then I guess like having my dad not go overseas during the most important development points of my life.
Yeah, that's fair, dude. I yeah. I'm very lucky that both my parents, as unforgiving as they could be, were in my life during those years. So, that's a good answer. That's a good answer. All right.
Shout out to all the military kids.
Yeah. Yeah, hey, that shit's rough. And while I have no personal experience with it, I know that it fucking sucks. So shout out. Love ya. Keep doing what you do. I'll be your surrogate dad. No, don't.
Or don't join the military.
Don't.
That's what that's my recommendation. Don't. Just don't.
Yeah. All right. Oh, Jesus. Have you seen question 11?
Yeah, I just read it.
Okay. This, you know what? I'll give it to him. This is actually really good, serious discussion. So this podcast is gonna go much darker than maybe I intended it to. I thought this was just gonna be like cute, like, you're on a desert island, what movies do you pick? I didn't expect, question 11. Take 4 minutes and tell your partner your life story in as much detail as possible.
All right, for the sake of the viewers, I'm gonna trim this down a bit, and I'm gonna give them what's important.
Okay.
I was born.
Yeah.
I was born young.
All right, asshole.
I went to school. It was like fine. When I was a child, I was diagnosed with Tourette's, and then that never appeared again until I was like 20 and asked my doctor, "Why does it say I have Tourette's?" And then she deleted it.
I never knew this.
Yeah, didn't I? I told all the guys. I thought
No,
so.
I've never heard
yeah,
this.
no, yeah, that's a funny story. I'll have to tell you about it sometime. I mean, that's pretty much what the story was. I went to a 2-year college. It was like fine, I guess. Haven't really done much with that yet. I got a $40,000 blanket. And I got a new computer recently.
Okay, you know what? All right. I shouldn't criticize your life story. Go ahead.
Just a couple. Last night, actually, I beat Witcher 3, and now we're here.
Okay. Do you want to talk at all about anything? You got 2 minutes left.
I only mentioned the most important parts of my life. Everything that was not mentioned, all of high school, all of middle school, elementary school, means nothing to me.
Wow. Wow. So, us meeting and becoming friends means nothing to you.
I don't remember any of those years. My mind has gone.
Me asking you to join Fudge Films means nothing to you.
Don't even remember the week.
I'm gonna say you've blown this date, dude. You and I are not in love. Jesus.
We're not even halfway through yet.
We're not even...
How could you be so judgmental?
Oh, sorry. You're right. Okay, well, I'm saying based off of... We're not even a third in. Based off of this third, things were going real good, and you just shot them in the foot. So, you're going to be paying the check, is all I'm saying. Okay.
Wow. I can turn this around.
Okay, should I answer?
Yeah, go for it.
Alright, give me 40 minutes. Alright, let me start from the top. I was born into a family that very much prioritizes making each other laugh as a way of showing love. We maybe get really frustrated at each other, but there's a lot of love, and it comes with making jokes and teasing. And so early on, that was built into me, that making people laugh means an expression of love. I also, for some reason, because I guess I grew up just never stopping watching TV. I was always, always, always watching TV. Very early on, I wanted to be some kind of storyteller. For a while, I thought I was going to write comics, and then that fell through because that's hard. Um, and it wasn't until high school where my ambitions were at an all-time low, and I almost had to repeat the 11th grade, that I found a lot of solace in filmmaking and comedy through things like Mega 64 and imagination through Jim Henson and that kind of thing. And I found a big solace, and especially through Mega 64, seeing that and being like, oh, these are just friends making a thing, making each other laugh. Well, I want to do that. I can do that. And so I became very dedicated on merging that want to be a storyteller and that built-in appreciation and understanding of comedy. I worked very hard to try and figure out how to morph that, and I'm still working on that. And then shortly afterwards, I, of course, as you guys know, got married. My first marriage was to a woman named Berntilda, and she died tragically. They don't know why. And my two daughters are one named Gorf, and the other one Superman. They were very worked up about that, and then I shortly developed heart disease and passed away in 2028. So that's kind of my whole life story.
Well, to think I knew this person. You said I'm the one that ruined the date. I didn't even know you had children.
Well,
you think that's okay to keep from somebody?
Should have read the life story about me. What matters is you know now. Okay. That's question 11.
Woo. Question 12. Here we go. Moving on. Question 12. If you could wake up tomorrow having gained any one quality or ability, what would it be?
Oh, I have two answers. The ability to be funny. Just so I know that I'm funny, or the ability to have self-confidence so that I could feel like I was funny. Those are my answers. What about you?
Those are absolutely wonderful answers. I would take I would like to enjoy being the person that I am.
No, that's a good answer.
I'd also like to be able to read minds. I think that'd be cool.
Well, if we're talking like superpowers, then yeah, I want super speed, dude. Think of how many comedy videos I could pump out in a week if I had super speed. You couldn't stop me. Okay. Question 13. If a crystal ball could tell you the truth about yourself, your life, the future, or anything else, what would you want to know?
Oh, gee. I want to know. Oh gosh, hang on. Give me like a hot second.
Okay.
Life, the future. Oh, gee. I guess. You know what? I want to know how many. I want to know how many divorces I end up getting, so that I know if it's even worth it.
Okay. That's a good answer. I'm gonna say, Clayton, I'm gonna peer into my crystal ball. It looks like only one.
Okay, that's like not great, but I guess it's not terrible. You know,
Yeah.
I saw Marriage Story.
Yeah.
I saw how that turned out.
Yeah.
So it's probably not worth it.
Yeah, and you were definitely like the Scarlett Johansson in the situation.
Oh.
Is that a good
Okay.
thing? I don't know. I just know Adam Driver's character yells a lot more.
I think, yeah, I have a lot of opinions on that
movie. All right, we'll save that for another podcast. What would you want to know? I think I would want to know. See, my first response in my head was, do I and by extension Fudge Films or whenever I'm working on, does it succeed? Does it reach people in the ways I want it to? But I almost feel like not knowing is part of the reason you do it. Like, if you know it's a surefire thing, you're not going to work as hard at it. And so if I knew, I don't know if I would have as much fun, break my back as much, and learn as much, if I knew. So I guess my answer is also divorces. Because I need to know how much money I need to be having in my bank. And I'm checking my crystal ball, and it looks like 7. Okay. That's unfortunate.
Let's hope it ends quickly, I guess.
Yeah.
Sooner rather than later.
Yeah. That's what they said about my life. Okay, question 14.
Question 14. Is there something that you've dreamed of doing for a long time? Why haven't you done it? Why haven't you done it?
Jesus. I guess, this is another one where I've got 2 answers. I want to go to California, not permanently, but, just to see what life's like on the other side of the country, and also because I really just want to go to Disneyland. But the cost of that is so fucking expensive. That's why I haven't done it. The other thing is stand-up. I really want to do stand-up. I've written a set, and I just need to test it. And the reason I haven't is there's no fucking place to do stand-up where we're from. There is no comedy clubs. There's an open mic night, but it's mostly for musicians and poetry. They don't really want you to do stand-up. So, that's why I haven't done it. What about you?
Not really that I've dreamt of for... well, okay. So for a long time, I just want to, I'm ready to, move on. I want to, get money and, move out and then just coast.
Okay.
And hopefully enjoy the job that I have.
Yeah.
And something that I haven't done it yet because, hey, we're getting there.
Yeah.
Well,
it takes time, man.
It takes time.
It takes time both from a financial and an emotional standpoint.
We've got the wheels, the cogs are they're moving.
Yeah.
And then something more recent is I want to get out of this town. I hate this town.
Really?
We're gonna move to Georgia. You want to come to Georgia?
What state is that in?
Georgia.
I'm gonna answer no to Georgia. Why? Okay, why Georgia? Or was that a joke answer?
I don't know. Our boy Jesse said he's gonna go to Atlanta, Georgia with someone. So I kind of.
He told me he was moving to Chicago, and he invited me to move to Chicago with him.
Oh, I'm the one that told him to go to Chicago. So, he told you that he's going to Chicago. He told me that he's going to Atlanta, Georgia. So I guess we're just gonna have to pick and choose and
I
see which
think we're
one.
getting two time, dude. I think that's what's going on.
Where do you think he's going?
Probably like Boston.
Oh shit.
And he's gonna stick us with the rent.
Okay, we'll go to Boston.
No, I don't want to go to Boston.
Whatever. I don't want to either. Sorry, Bostoniers.
Yeah, sorry, all you Boston boys and babes. Okay.
It's too cold.
15.
15.
What is the greatest accomplishment of your life?
Oh, gee. It's just like hardball after hardball.
Yeah, right?
Oh, man. Oh, gee, dude. I mean, I guess... Yeah. I guess getting a degree that I haven't used, it's like something, I guess.
Mm. Well, it could be more than just a fancy paper. Is there like a personal accomplishment? Like a moment with people that you're really proud of, or a bit you're really proud, you know what I mean? Like
beating Halo Reach and Lazo.
Okay. Alright, good answer. See, whenever I'm asking the questions, you give like a joke answer, and then I give like a really like deep, like heartfelt answer, and it's like, yeah, that's Fudge Films. That's what it is. It's just completely goof off bit answers, and then a real level of sincerity. My answer is, and I won't go into too much detail on this, but there was a time that was really, really hard for a group of my friends, and we were all just kind of in a really shitty situation, and we were all like stuck in a hotel room together, and nobody really fucking, we were just like emotionally dead. And I brought that whole room back to life by doing Vape Boy 24 bits and doing comedy. And I think that I should have said that in my life story. I think that's like a key moment in my life, and like is probably my greatest accomplishment thus far, is doing exactly what I want to do with comedy.
Sounds cute.
Thanks.
I wish I was there to see it.
No, I don't think you do. It was not a good situation.
That's fair.
Alright, 16.
Moving on?
Yeah.
Alrighty, 16. What do you value most in a friendship?
Kindness. I think if you're not kind, I can't be compatible with you. And that's not even to say I'm kind, but that is to say that I think I have a good eye of seeing selfishness and resenting selfishness. And so if you're not kind, what was the word used earlier to describe our friend group? Curated, right?
Yes.
I think several times I have curated people in and out of my life based on their kindness. So if you're part of my life right now, hey, I think you're kind. Smile. What's your answer?
Let's see. Kindness is a great one. For the sake of more answers, I'm gonna go with loyalty.
Okay.
I think loyalty and like respecting your boys.
Yeah. That's something I think a lot of people don't get, is respecting your boys. You need to uh, not treat them like they're just people. If they're your boys, they are your boys. They come like first or second, unless they're being pieces of shit. But your boys are your boys. You gotta respect your boys, and girls can be boys.
Absolutely.
Okay, that's a good answer. 17. What is your most treasured memory?
Oh boy. Oh gee. Um. Oh. I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna go with either um the part in Chapter 6 of Red Dead 2. The part, you know the part.
Um.
You know the part. Either the part with the doctor
Oh, okay.
or
Hell of a
or
thing,
the
son. Hell of a thing.
hell of a thing, brother. Oh. Or the end of Chapter 6.
Okay.
I
Um.
feel like I've known Arthur Morgan as like I feel like he knows me is
Okay.
how deep that goes.
Okay.
So I treasure his memory.
Okay. Um. I was not expecting a game answer, but if that's your most treasured memory, I'm not gonna shit on it. Different strokes, different folks. Um, Mine would be that first Camp Doty.
Oh, dude, that's a good one. Camp Doty was a fucking blast.
That first year where there was no drama, there was no shit. It was just boys out in the middle of the wood. I'm out in the middle of the woods. We didn't drink. We didn't smoke. We just played Uno and made each other laugh. I think that's probably my like most treasured memory. Um, that's like fleeting youth.
We all like slept together.
Did we? I think I missed that part of it.
We all slept at relatively the same time.
We did. We all like crashed right around the same time. That was a good. Yeah, that's a treasured memory, man.
I miss Camp Doty.
I do too, man. But it just became so much shit by the end of it.
Now we've curated that shit.
We have, we have, but we're like adults now, and there's just no time.
Now we can do like adult Camp Doty, where we actually go deep into the woods and like, fight a bear.
No. But we just don't like. I think it came up that we could have done it like this past summer, and it was just like there's no way to schedule that because I work. I don't think you were working at that point, or you had just started working. Um,
Something like that. I might have had my internship.
yeah, the IUP boys were doing summer courses. There was just no way to schedule it. And that fucking sucks. Like, we're just. My thought is, okay, we're putting this grunt work in right now, and then, like, later on in our lives, we'll have time for it again. And I don't even mean that later on in our lives. I mean, like, maybe, like, when we're, like, 25. We'll really have time for it again.
Yeah, I think we will. We'll
Right.
find time.
Hopefully. Ooh, 18.
18. This is just about the halfway mark.
Yeah.
18. What is your most terrible memory?
Uh, ooh. This
This
one's
this is rough.
yeah, especially doing it on like a if it was just you and I without knowing that people would listen to this, I think I could do number 1. on my list, but I think I'll go with number like 2 or 3.
Let's hear it.
I think it was my dad crying at my grandma's funeral. That one's fucking rough. And I'm not going to elaborate on that anymore because this is a comedy podcast and I don't want to cry on a comedy podcast.
That does sound rough. I'm not gonna add anything. I'm not even gonna try to change the mood.
Yeah.
We're gonna blast through this. My most terrible memory. Probably. I'm gonna, off the top of my head, I'm gonna say probably. Saying goodbye to my my boy Cody.
Oh yeah.
My boy Cody. Can we pull one out for my boy Cody?
Yeah.
He was a cute little puggle. He got a tumor in his butt and had to go to the farm.
Yeah. Losing pets, man. I just literally this past weekend went through this. It fucking blows. And they, and maybe it's because I'm maybe it's because I'm an asshole. Maybe it's because I'm as our good friend Jesse put it, self-aware. But like I get so worked up about losing a pet, and then it's like, yeah, but it wasn't like my parents or my brother or any of the boys. I can't get that worked up about it. And then I do. It's just it sucks. Losing things that are important to you like that. People fucking blows. Controversial opinion. Not fun.
Yeah, I think it's fine to get worked up over pets, because pets, they don't really do any wrong.
No.
They're just they're gentle.
Yeah.
Usually.
All right.
They're just nice little boys.
I'm
moving on.
Yeah, I'm putting an executive order to stop talking about losing a pet, because again, I don't want to lose it on a comedy podcast.
Moving on.
I thought you were gonna, for 18, after 17, I thought you were gonna answer the end of Red Dead Redemption 2.
You know what? Hey, that's not. What was 18? Let me.
Most terrible memory.
That would have worked. But
Yeah.
Red Dead 2 was just. It was a great journey.
Sure.
That while it sucked that it was over.
Yeah.
God damn, it made me feel.
Yeah, I'm just joking with you, but I really did expect your most treasured memory is parts in Red Dead 2, so your most terrible memory would be the most traumatic part of Red Dead 2. Alright, 19. If you knew that in 1 year you would die suddenly, what would you change about... Would you change anything about the way you are now living? Why? A lot of death.
Oh, gee. What would I do now? Oh, fuck. What would I do? What can I do? What do I care to do?
That's a good question.
Would I even, would I want to go around the world? Not really. I'd go to PAX East. You know what? Hey, if I was gonna die in a year, I would go to PAX East and make Vinny shake my hand.
Okay.
And quit my job. I would quit. I would leave the state. No second thoughts.
Wow.
Absolutely leave everyone there in the shitter.
Wow. Thanks. My answer is similar. I think I would quit my job. I would. I would quit my job and just I'd really fucking make a movie. I would just sit down, because I've got 6 or 7, some fully scripted of yep, this is at least a short film, and I just don't make them because I don't have the resources or time. I would. I think you've got a good excuse to get people to appear in your thing and help with your thing if you're dying. So I think I would do that. I would film at least one of those fucking things. Just so that there's some piece of me left behind. Okay.
That's noble.
20.
20. What does friendship mean to you?
I think trust. I think friendship means to me that you trust each other. Maybe not that you'll make the best decisions for yourself, but that you are trying to make the best decisions for each other. But I always, I'm just programmed in a way where friendship, all of me kind of goes into performance. And that's not to say I'm a fake person, but that is to say, if I acted the way I felt getting out of bed every morning, I would be a fucking huge asshole. And so there's an element of performance to me, and there's a trust in friends that they will try their best to elevate my quote-unquote performance. Friendship is not fucking each other over. That's what it means to me, I guess.
Hell yeah. I can drink to that. Hell yeah, brother.
Did you just like shatter glass? What was that?
I just hit some glass together.
Okay.
I just have there's just shards of glass laying around. I don't know. So I guess I'll give my I'll give my little answer here. Friendship to me is being there for your boys when they're in need, and vice versa. It's being there for your boys.
Mm-hmm. That's
as we've mentioned before, boys is not gender neutral or gender exclusive.
Rather. Anyone can be a boy.
Absolutely.
I think that's, we've been doing the boys thing so long. We've been doing it since high school. And I know Gus Johnson and Eddie Burbank and their podcasts, they do boys support boys. Anyone can be a boy. And that kind of thing, whenever we say this stuff, we're not trying to rip them off. It's really just how we've talked since high school. In that, whenever we were fortunate enough to have girls in our friend group, they were just considered part of the boys.
Part of the boys.
So, and then, just anyone can be a boy. Anyone can be a boy, and boys support boys. Shout out Gus and Eddie. Please don't sue us for doing a thing that we've been doing for forever. Okay.
That'd be a lot of good press or something. I don't know.
Would it? Because we would get, if they brigaded on us, they could stomp a mud hole on us, dude. We would get destroyed. We would have no evidence. There's no evidence to back up what I'm saying now. You just have to trust me, dear listener, that we really have been saying this for years and years. It comes from, honestly, I started calling everyone the boys. That came from, if anyone wants to brigade and stomp a mud hole, Mega 64. Because they're the Mega 64 boys. And they always say, yep, get the boys together. So that's why I started doing it. And we all know that I lived my whole life as a Mega 64 ripoff. So...
D: trying to get the Mega 64 community in a fight with Gus Johnson.
Yeah. No, what? That is such a strange interpretation of that. All right, 21. You ready?
Hell yeah.
Okay. 21. What roles do love and affection play in your life?
I mean, as of right now, not very big roles at all. If they're asking for, like, preferably, I'd say, probably a good bit.
Yeah.
I'd like to have someone that's one of the boys and also, like, the person that I live with and have fun with.
Yeah. No, I get what you're saying. Like, it's important to you at some point to have that.
Yes.
It's just you don't have it right now.
Correct.
What about if we remove the romantic connotation from love and affection?
Like getting love and affection from, like, the boys?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's nice.
Alright, fair enough. Good answer. Good. Technically, not a bad answer. Just a very undetailed one.
I guess I don't really look I don't look to the boys for love and affection because of how I view those words. But that's not to say that I don't get that from the boys. I just don't see it as that.
Okay.
I see it as the boys just being boys.
Okay.
Boys will be boys,
right. Don't say that about our group. We don't need that connotation attached to us.
I don't know honestly, I just know it from that video where, like, cat boys are fighting and Hank Hill is there.
What kind of videos are you watching? Okay, well, I'm gonna take over now. My answer is love and affection play a large part in my life, I think. I think from a romantic standpoint, I think more so than any of our friends, being in a romantic relationship doesn't really do it for me. I really like that, but every relationship I've been in has been like shit. Like, it's never been, I always seem to get just like stupid doo-doo brained and like wrapped in with these people that just fucking hate my guts but keep me around. Or at the very least don't understand me. So I do look for love and affection in a platonic sense from the boys, from my peers. And I think that love and affection, I try to radiate that towards the boys. I try to be very out or openly appreciative and affectionate towards the boys, because toxic masculinity is very bad, and I think it's poisoned all of our dumb boy brains. So it plays a sizable role in my life, I think. I think at the very least, if we're talking about from a quote-unquote content creator perspective, I try very much to have a sense of loving what I do and loving the people who like what I do, because I don't want to be toxic. I want to have a non-toxic community. So, okay.
Hell yeah. Let's get a hands down for toxicity. Moving on.
Yeah, listener.
I don't have anything to add.
Hey, listener, right now, if you're just do 2 thumbs down. Just do 2 thumbs down right now. If you're driving, just stomp on the gas pedal and do 2 thumbs down. That'll be good. All right, 22.
Okay, 22. Alternate sharing something you consider a positive characteristic of your partner. Share a total of 5 items.
Okay.
I feel like we're back in school.
Um, I could see that. It's definitely one of those things where like okay, we're gonna sit in a circle. Everyone's saying like one thing you like about this person. Um, okay, okay. So I go first and we'll alternate. Share you consider a positive characteristic. Clayton, I think you're very and you may disagree, but I think you are very optimistic. I think you're very a bad situation presents itself and you shrug and you're like, we'll see what happens. You're very like calm in the eye of the storm. And I think that's an incredibly good thing.
I'd absolutely agree with that. Absolutely. And now my retaliatory remark.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mike, I believe you're very, at least in comparison to me, you're very punctual. I don't know if that's the word I'm looking for, but where I'm very laid back, you're the one that keeps things on track to like, let's, get this like done.
Yeah.
Whereas I don't really care if anything actually gets done or not.
Yeah.
I'm just here for the ride, man.
Yeah. Yeah. I can agree with that. I'm definitely someone, you're there for the ride, and I'm the one who's like, I need to drive the car. It's the only way we'll get to the destination. Alright, that's one. I think you are, I've got like a lot, and I'm trying to think of, because I think I've said this several times. I very much admire you, Clayton. I want to wring your neck about some things, but there's a lot of you that I admire. And so I'm trying to think like, what are the fun ones we can say on the podcast?
Fellas at home, he's stalling because he can't think of anything he likes about me.
Don't take me like that. I think you're someone who's... Fuck it, we'll go with an easy one. I think you're incredibly funny. I think when you let yourself go and can overcome your maybe like social anxiety in minute situations, I think you're the fucking funniest guy in the room. I have never met someone who doesn't think you're funny.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
This is
pretty cool.
I like this segment because this is the segment where you save the date, Clayton. This is how you...
Yeah. Segment that I save the date. Here we go. All right. Counterpoint. And I think I had I want to word this one.
Oh, stalling.
I got so starstruck there, being told that I'm funny.
I tell you that like every other week.
Well,
It's because I mean
it. Positive characteristics of your partner. Give me a second.
Wow. So here's what I've got going for me, chat. I'm really good at keeping everything in line. That's it. Everything else about me, shit.
Oh, I can't think. Hang on. I just have to put this lighter down.
What?
We've reached the point. I'm my brain mush.
Okay.
But we're gonna get through this. I'm going to think of one.
Yeah, just
Hang
breathe.
on. Give me 5 seconds. Oh, dude, let me tell you, I hate this font.
This is the biggest stall I've ever seen, dude.
Okay. Positive Characteristic. I enjoy your like headstrong
Okay.
attitude of like having a plan and wanting. I mean, I feel like I'm just reiterating point one
Yeah,
again.
that sounds like point one again. You just reworded it. I appreciate it. I appreciate that that's the one quality that really sticks out. But I'm not going to let you get away easy. If, Clayton, if we weren't recording this on the podcast, I'd be like, that's all right, dude. It's okay. Yeah, we can move on to the next question. But I'm like I'm burning you to the coals on this one.
I'm gonna come up with one. You know what? Hey, you're much more like all about feelings than like than I like see in other people
Yeah.
usually. That whole toxic masculine, like we were never raised to like really come up with our feelings, and you're very counterculture to that.
Yeah.
You're very much like I love my boys.
I do.
Whereas
Yeah.
if you catch me saying that I love my boys,
Yeah.
you won't.
Yeah, I know. There was that period where you and I had a bit where I would unironically, because it's true, go, hey, I love you. And you'd be like, yeah, cool. Yeah. Uh-huh. And I stopped doing that bit because at a certain point it was like, there's going to be a day where like that bit doesn't feel like a bit to me. And I'm just going to do damage to my mental health. So I stopped doing that bit. So, okay, what was your I'm very in tone with my feelings.
Yes.
Which sounds like something someone in the 1980s would say to describe a gay person. So good work on that one. No, but I get what you're saying. I definitely think I am, and I think that does me a lot more harm than good. When talking to people, I think I'm very keen on feelings and empathy and how my words affect others. And I think there are a lot of people who aren't. And it usually does me more harm than good. But I'm going to pretend that it does me more good than harm tonight. So. Okay. 3. I think you're very willing to go. I said this earlier. You're very willing to go outside of your comfort zone. Like with what just happened. I think you complimenting me is not maybe in your comfort zone. You complimenting maybe anyone. I don't know. Is maybe not in your comfort zone. But you try really hard to break out of that comfort zone, even if it's just for funny haha content. I think you do a really good job of extending yourself outside of that comfort zone, which is very admirable.
I like it. See, listeners at home, you may think I'm like a self-centered person, but I can assure you I'm very like humble in that regard.
Okay, now you're stealing my jokes. We all know the famous "I'm humble" bit is from me.
We're all humble today.
Okay. Right.
Here we go. I had one. Hang on. Let me find it. Oh, altruistic. Hang on. Yes. You have very altruistic ways of looking at things. And what I mean by that is that like you're not only willing but like wanting to go above and beyond to host like the Christmas parties, getting everything for the Christmas parties, getting everyone together, making sure they have like that it's like a fucking bomb ass party.
Yeah.
Let me tell you. Like, the MDMA is all over the floor.
No.
He's got...
X, throw up an X on this one. Someday a potential employer is going to listen to this podcast.
You got a very nice Christmas tree.
Okay, but
You
I'll take the
go.
first part of that compliment. I will not accept the Christmas tree. My Christmas tree this year was shit, dude. Uh, so you're saying I have a very for the listeners out there who maybe don't know what altruistic mean. You're saying that I'm very unselfish.
Yes.
That is very kind of you to say.
There was the time you got me for Secret Santa, and you got me like, not to put a price tag on it, but like $100+ worth of vine sauce goodies
Oh yeah,
that
I
I
did do
still
that.
use to this day and enjoy very much. I have
Yeah.
my snow globe right here.
I really, let me say, no fucking bit, no haha content. I appreciate you saying that. It is not very often that I hear that, and in fact, from people we have curated out of our lives, feel very different than what you're saying. So I appreciate you saying
What can I say? I'm a good complimenter.
that. and humble too. Okay, what are we on? Was that 3?
Yes, we're on number 4.
Okay. Number 4. Do you want another deep compliment, or do you want like a light softball compliment?
Give me softball. Softball, hit me.
I think your laugh restores life. Um, that's part of the reason I'm so like glad that we're doing comedy together and do things together, is because I know I've got a good joke when you laugh at it. Um, and then if nobody else thinks it's a good joke, they end up laughing anyway because your laugh is so contagious and it's so good and pure that like your laughter is a great hype man to my jokes.
I'll take it. You know what? Hey, I think that's a great quality.
I do too.
That's a great quality to have. Ooh, okay. You know what? I got a good one.
Yeah.
I got my softball. I really enjoy all of the different voices that you can make. And taking that a step further,
Yeah.
your attempts to try to like communicate to me how different voices even like work
Yeah.
and teach me how to do voices that isn't like my monotone self.
Yeah. I appreciate you saying that. That's always a lot of fun. Doing voices is just like, again, it's another one of those things that I was like built into me by my parents. But I remember like before junior year, really trying to nail down like specific cartoon voices and that kind of thing. And then it's always an absolute fucking blast trying to explain them to you because I know what I'm saying makes no fucking sense. If you can do it, it makes sense. But if you're not doing it, it doesn't make sense where I'm like, yeah, just like go like deeper to the left of your throat and then come in from like the top of your nose. Uh, I still remember that night where I don't remember what I was trying to explain to you. And I was like, so like come in from your nose. And you're like, hello. And it was like not even remotely close to what we were trying to do. And it made me laugh so goddamn hard. Not in like a, look at this dumbass way, but in a like very like unexpected, like God bless the boy for trying type way. Okay, that was 4?
Yes.
Alright. Alright, last one. See, I should have done my first one as my last one. I think my first one was or at least my first 2 were very good.
This better be good. This better be the best one.
Alright.
I want to get the best compliment you have.
I mean,
for me.
if you want me to expect the same standards,
I want you to feed my ego.
Okay. I think
Every second raises the bar.
right, but at least I'm not going. Hold on, no, give me a second. 1 second, I'll come up with something. You can tell him at least in deep thought and not just stalling. Um. See, I want to say you're also altruistic, but I don't think I'm allowed to reuse a compliment like that. But I think you're definitely. I think if I asked, you would give me the shirt off your back. Um, and let me like sneeze into it and then hand it back to you. Like, I think there's a real unselfishness about you. But I don't think I'm allowed to reuse compliments. So, we'll count that as a bonus one. So now I've got 6. I'm gonna have 6 on you, and you're only gonna have 5. So we'll see kind of who's the better complimenter. I really should have used my first one. Fuck.
It's not so easy, is it? Uh-huh.
Well, it's more like I've got all these compliments, but it's the last one, and so I want to like punctuate on a really deep one. But I think pointing out how you and I are very different but compatible in how we approach situations was maybe our most profound like yeah moment.
That's fair. I could have been using all this time to think of something. I haven't. Not a single thought has run through my head.
And this is how we approach situations differently. All right. I All right, I'm just gonna fire off softball ones because I've got a lot of ones that aren't as deep or as complex, but I think you're very forgiving. Um, I think you allow me to make mistakes and grow as a person in ways that other people would be like, fuck off, fuck this guy. I don't have specific examples for that, but I know I take up a lot of your time, and you're incredibly kind about that, especially in something that, like, you're. I don't want to speak for you, but you're passionate about, but maybe not as fucking bloodthirsty passionate as I am. I take up a lot of your free time, and you're very forgiving about that. Um, I think, again, you're very unselfish, which ties into that. Um, I think you're very loyal and steadfast. I think there was a good period where after we graduated where I don't think I like really talked to you for like a year, maybe less than that. And the moment I talked to you after that, it was like nothing had changed. You were very like just accepting that we were back in each other's lives. Um, I think you're very, I'll say handsome, because I do feel that. I think you're a very good looking man, and I mean that completely platonically. Um, I think. I think you're. And this was. If. This doesn't have to mean anything to you, but if I was in your situation, this would mean something to me, which is always what you want to hear from someone who'd say a compliment to you. That's a very humble way of delivering a compliment. But the trust I have in you to do what you will with the comedy I've written and the skits I've written, and to be a part of this, whatever the fuck this is. And I know you've said several times that you don't I'll say, we're 50-50, and I know I've said that before, and you've said, like, no, it's not like that. You feel like you do significantly less work. And from looking at it purely factually, maybe, but there's no one else on this fucking earth that I would want to do this with. Fudge Films is very, very much you and I. And I'm really fucking happy that you're in my life and doing this with me. See, and that time I almost cried on the podcast again.
You know what? I'm touched.
By who? Okay, cut that joke. Cut that joke. Don't.
Thanks. Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks for this compliment.
Yeah. I feel like I had to fire a couple softballs out there so that I could find the fucking big one.
My ego grows by the minute. You're only to blame for this.
Okay, I'll take it.
All right, here we go. I got one. I got a good one. This is like my favorite one.
Yeah.
My favorite. My favorite.
Okay.
I love the way you tell stories.
Okay.
There is an art of delivery, and your stories, like, you could give the best script to like I don't know, Conan O'Brien.
Yeah.
No, who's that guy? Jimmy Fallon?
Yeah.
Is Jimmy Fallon the one that you don't like?
Yeah, I don't like Jimmy Fallon that much. Yeah.
You could give it to Jimmy Fallon, and I'll adore it, absolutely adore it. And then you could give that same script to you.
Yeah.
And I'll laugh. You can take that however you will.
Wait. So if Jimmy Fallon read it, you'd adore it?
I don't know. I don't listen to Jimmy Fallon.
Right. So you'd adore it if it was Fallon, but because it's me, yeah, that's funny. I don't think you know what a compliment is. How you were this close to saving this date and you just threw it out the window. No, I appreciate that. I very much pride myself on delivery, and I beat the fuck up out of myself whenever I don't land delivery. So it's nice to hear you say that.
Look, I think if you were at stand-up with Jimmy Fallon,
yeah,
I think the audience would clap for Jimmy Fallon, but I would clap for you.
See, again, you're just... This isn't how you do this.
Name recognition. It's name recognition. Jimmy Fallon could fart into a microphone and people would clap. I would probably clap too.
Alright, we're moving on to question 23. Fuck. Alright, 23. How close and warm is your family? Do you feel your childhood was happier than most other people's?
No.
Okay.
No to both of those. The first one's not yes or no, but no.
Yeah. I would say yes to both of those. I think my family's very close and warm, especially now. And even though I may have little grievances with how I was raised and how I grew up, I can speak from I think I have the best relationship with my family out of all of my friends. And
I agree with that, yes.
Yeah. It makes me sad sometimes to think, but I think that also plays into the reason that I try to be so outwardly loving to the boys is I am trying to make up for the family you guys didn't have genetically. All right, 24.
24. Woo! Guys, we're 2/3 of the way done.
Jesus. I'm really
So
glad.
I hope...
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Last week I had to pay to get the podcast to continue without deleting episodes. And in doing that, it also allows us to do these for as long as we want now, instead of like 45 minutes. So I'm really glad I did that last week because we're already at like an hour and a half.
Oh, easy. We can break it up into like 3 parts.
No, that's not.
That's like a month's worth of content.
That is so much more work for me.
24.
Yeah.
Hope you guys are 2/3 of the way to work.
Yeah.
24. How do you feel about your relationship with your mother?
I think it's good. I think it's the same way. I think it's a very mother and son relationship. I think her and I fight. I think her and I bicker. But she is very maternal. And we only fight because it's usually we fight because she wants the best thing for me, but she doesn't understand that I've already kind of made my own plan. So her and I have a very normal mother-son relationship, but I love her incredibly dearly. She is very passionate about me and my passions, namely fudge films and all that. So,
you know what? Hey, I'm glad that at least one of us can say that.
Yeah. You can air as much or as little dirty laundry as you want. I won't stop you. Because this has kind of turned into therapy time for us. We've gone to like couples therapy now, dude. So
I've not got too many grievances.
Okay.
Not really. She's gotten a lot better about just like not interfering with me. Is how I would phrase it. We small talk. Kind of ish, like a couple times a week. That's about it.
Okay.
Next question.
That's all right. You're good, man. All right, 25. Make 3 true we statements each. For instance, we are both in this room feeling blank.
Oh, goodness gracious. Okay, hang on. Okay, we statements. We. Well, Kinsey just joined me.
Kinsey doesn't count. Kinsey doesn't count. She's not a part of couples therapy.
Dude, she's very upset that you said that. I'm sorry.
She
Kinsey.
barged in and barked. If she didn't do that, I would say yes.
Sorry, Kinsey. Sorry. We are both in this virtual room feeling, I would say joy.
Yeah. I would agree.
We're both feeling joy. I think we're having fun right now. We're both feeling love.
Yeah. I would agree.
Platonic love.
Oh.
Oh my goodness. I didn't realize. I'm sorry, Gavin. I didn't realize you could get in here. We're in the middle of a podcast. Okay. I'll take a look at that afterwards.
Yeah.
We are. How many was that? Was that 1? 2? Love. Yeah. Right. We're both feeling love in the air.
Yeah.
In the room. We are both feeling. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say we're both feeling kind of hot. I'm kind of hot. Like, and I'm going to take a wager that you're feeling kind of hot. Yeah.
Yeah, I could agree to that. My feet are cold, but my face is hot, and I think that was because of the compliment thing. Okay, for me, I think we're both maybe not happy with where we are in life. In terms of, I think we're both like ready for the next chapter. I think we both like making each other laugh. And we both are gamers.
Hell yeah, brother.
That's the easy answer, just to fall back on gamers. Alright, 26.
26. Here we go. Complete this sentence. I wish I had someone with whom I could share blank.
I'm gonna give two answers. On a small scale, Steven Universe. Even though I already have someone in my life I share that with, my brother. I want to show that show to more people, especially the boys, because it is a great lesson in empathy and kindness while also being incredibly funny and fun. On a large scale, I wish I had someone with whom I could share like business plans with. Because I am very devoted to comedy and being funny and doing the funniest show I can, but I'm also a great schemer. And you and I think, whenever I go, okay, so this is going to happen, and then this is going to happen, we're going to be able to do this. I think you get it, and you go, okay. But we don't scheme together, and that's no fault of yours. We're different people, so I wish I had someone I could scheme with.
Okay. You know what? I'll take it.
Yeah.
I'll take it. I wish I had someone with whom I could share my my rod, my hot rod.
What? Wait. What do you mean? What? Like you?
Question 27.
All right.
I'd like, I don't know, Red Dead 2.
Okay.
I mean, well, no, I already have someone. I want more people to share. I want Jesse to play Red Dead 2.
Yeah.
You and I have already gone through that roller coaster of emotions.
Yeah, and it's hard
more.
because I've related experiences in my life to him, but I want to be like, it's so much easier when you and I talk about things because I can be like, this is just like when this happened in Red Dead 2, and you like get it. With him, I can't do that. And it's very hard because Red Dead 2 is the least painful way of explaining a big thing that happened in my life.
Oh, Mary Beth.
No, not Mary Beth.
Mary Beth.
Mary Beth. Alright, 27. If you're going to become a close friend with your partner, please share what would be important for him or her to know. Well, we already are close friends.
I need you to know that I have a bedtime. I need you to know that I go to bed around like 6 a.m.
Right.
And I don't get up until like 8 p.m.
Yeah.
So
no, I know this.
Follow that accordingly. That'd be very much appreciated. I think we would get along very well, partner.
Okay. I'm gonna say, I wish you would know, or I wish close friend. I don't. This is such like an awkwardly worded question because we're already close friends.
So just like piss into the wind with it.
Okay. I want you to know that, quite frankly, I can't stand you. Now I think listeners may know this, because we've said several times that we're not friends outside of Fudge Films. But I just want to reiterate and make sure you fucking know that I can't stand your guts the moment this mic is turned off.
Why, I never.
Well, That's the luck of the draw,
Why, I never go to bed at night, not one night, without him messaging me saying that I'm like a doo-doo face. Those exact words.
Mm-hmm. Every night I call him, and he picks up. And he's like, "Yeah, what's up?" Thinking like maybe I'm gonna say like, "Hey, we need to do a Fudge Films thing." And every night, and honestly, he's an idiot for falling for it every night. But every night I go, "You're a doo-doo face," and then I hang up.
It cuts. It cuts, dude.
Yeah. Well, just stop being a doo-doo face, and we get along.
Oh, gee.
Okay. 28.
28. Tell your partner what you like about them. Be very honest this time, saying things that you might not say to someone you've just met. We did this before, didn't we?
Kind of.
Do we want to do this?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, go for it.
Okay, so something you wouldn't say to someone, but you're being very honest. Or someone you might not say to someone you've just met. But this is a very honest thing that you would say to your partner. Clayton, hey, I love you.
That's kind of cool. Thanks.
Do you have anything you want to say to me, or?
You know what? Hey, I admire your ability to stick with, such a, I don't want to say failed, but such a franchise such as the Ninja Turtles.
What the fuck? Question 29. I don't like that one. We're having a talk after this podcast stops recording. Alright, 29. Share with your partner an embarrassing moment in your life.
Ooh. You know what? I actually have a great one that I think I've only shared with like one person before.
Okay, lay it on me.
Which, well, see, I'm not going to say it on the podcast. Because I can't. So I'm going to come, let's see. Something embarrassing in my life. Hang on. Oh, geez, something embarrassing. Something embarrassing in my life. I don't know. I mean, I've lived a pretty saintly life.
That is not true.
I want like a good embarrassing. Something embarrassing is one time we were playing Catan, and I misread the dice and had to be corrected.
Weak.
I had to think about that for like a month. Like, wow. They think I'm illiterate.
I do that every time I roll the dice, dude. Is that your final answer?
I can't think of anything at the moment.
Okay. Let's see, what's mine? Whenever I got my physical this last time, you know how they do like the testicle thing? Doctor,
yes.
Like, make sure things are going all right down there. The doctor was very how do I put this? He was surprised by my penis. He was I dropped trow and he was like, "Oh. All right. Okay, let's do this." Like it was like he didn't think. I don't know what he thought my penis would look like. I don't know if he thought it would be smaller or grotesque or what. But he was like, "Oh, okay." Like he was like pleasantly surprised. That's the word I'm looking for. And I've thought about that like almost every day since. Of like, what did that dude think my dick looked like? Is my dick not split? Question 30.
Question 30. Here we go. When did you last cry in front of another
Yikes.
person?
Yeah.
Or by yourself?
Let's see. Today? Because my dog died? Is that a good enough answer? Did we all get a laugh out of that one? Okay, yeah. Cheers.
Take a sip of my water there. What about in front of another person? Or was
Today? Because my dog died?
Okay.
We like to have fun here, guys. This is a comedy podcast.
All right, my turn. By myself would be probably like a few nights ago. I watched it'd be a few nights ago. I watched like a video essay on BoJack Horseman.
Okay.
And I cried.
Yeah.
God bless the sad horse show. In front of another person though, probably it's been probably a couple months. I went to someone's house, or I went to someone's apartment, and I played sad cowboy music, and then I watched the end of Chapter 6 in Red Dead 2.
Yeah. That might have been my apartment. I don't know. Alright, let's do it. 31. Let's blast through these, if we can. Alright, 31. Tell your partner something that you like about them already. Okay, let's do 8. We've been doing these really deep. Let's do the most softball, easy answers.
Softball, easy answers.
Yeah, for this one.
That you like about them already.
Because we've known each other so long, we've been doing hard-hitting, deep answers. What's the most, I just walk up to you for the first time, we exchange pleasantries.
Sorry, Kinsey just... I'm gonna derail first. Kinsey just, claimed the clean laundry pile. I didn't have time to hang them up, and she's getting dog fur all over them. Okay, so that kind of ruined the whole night.
Yeah.
Something that I see you in a Walmart.
Yeah.
We're in the game.
A romantic place. Yeah.
We're both looking for amiibos at Walmart.
Yeah.
I pick out who's the dog?
The duck hunt dog?
No, the yeet dog.
Isabel?
Isabel. I pick out Isabel naturally. You pick out Bayonetta for feet.
Whoa! Whoa! Strong accusations. I will deny them.
So I say, you look like you know a lot about gaming history. And that's how our friendship started.
Okay, I would go up to you and go, "Yeah, I like your mustache."
And already the perfect duo.
Yeah.
Right.
You can already tell we're gonna go perfectly together.
Moving on.
32 is a good question.
32. 32. Okay, here we go. What, if anything, is too serious to be joked about?
I have a list. Do you just want the top one?
Sure.
Number 1 on my list of things that just aren't fucking funny, no matter how you slice it, how you do it, is rape. That is just not fucking funny. Making fun of dumb fucking cretin rapists, I think you can do some good jokes making fun of your Weinsteins. But you can't fucking do a joke about rape. And if you do, you're fucking embarrassing. You fucking there's a piece of you, there's a piece of your empathy that is just fucking missing. And I am embarrassed for you. And I know some jerk off's gonna hear this and is gonna be tweeting me all of their freshest, hottest rape jokes. You can fuck right off. And I'm just embarrassed that anyone would find that funny.
That's pretty yikes. People usually like grow out of that. If in defense, like if they're edgy teenagers, you'll hopefully grow out of that.
Yeah, but I think we're entering this age where, because these edgy teenagers are told, "Hey, you're being an edgy teenager," they just double down on it, and then they never grow out of it.
Maybe.
I've seen it happen a lot, and it fucking, you're an embarrassment to comedy. And this is coming from the guy who thinks Vape Boy 24 is his funniest work. You're an embarrassment to comedy.
I'd agree with that.
Okay. I don't know if you have a separate answer or anything.
Well, we actually came to a crossroads with one of our videos where I was really on the fence about one of our jokes, specifically the Courage the Cowardly Dog video.
I don't remember what you were on the fence about.
Like, actually?
Type it in the Discord chat. I actually don't remember.
Hang on, let me,
I definitely think... Oh, okay, so the 9/11 stuff. Yeah. I mean, it's definitely edgy. I won't defend that, but the joke was, and I told you this, the joke wasn't, haha, 9/11, hee hee, aren't we funny? The joke was supposed to be, why would this kids film about Courage the Cowardly Dog rely on 9/11 as a plot point? Isn't that fucking insensitive and dumb? That was what the intent of that joke was. Whether that lands or not is up to your interpretation, and I would honestly maybe not stand by it. But I also think that ending is the funniest part of the whole video.
Oh, for sure.
So
let the record show that I did eventually choose a side of the fence. I signed off on it.
Yeah.
Because of course, you know, I have to sign off. I'm being a businessman and everything. The head of Fudge Films. I have to sign off.
Oh, now you're the head. Okay.
That's what
every week your job title gets bigger and bigger, and it just somehow you get a larger role and do less and less work. It's very impressive.
That's what Mike tells me to like appease me. Every time I'm upset, he just
I promote you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I think there's a discussion to be had about whether that was maybe smart or not, but I think you can be edgy and still be funny, and I think if you're funnier than you are edgy, you can overplay or you can justify edgy, and I think that joke is funnier than it is edgy. Because its intent really was not to be that edgy. But that's my take. That's the guy who wrote its take. So just don't fucking murder me over it. All right. All right. 33.
Moving on. Yeah. Here we go.
Oh Jesus. If you were to die this evening with no opportunity to communicate with anyone, What would you most regret not having told someone? Why haven't you told them yet?
Oh, um, mm, you know, I don't think I have like a serious answer for that. I
Okay.
think if I were to die right now, I'm pretty content with how things are.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think that's good. I'd like. I'm happy for you. Uh, I think my thing would be maybe less. It's more that I want someone to understand. It's not that I haven't told them, it's that I want them to understand what I'm telling them. And that it's honestly, it's the same thing for my brother and for you, which is, you guys have fucking, uh, an Atlantic Ocean of potential. Uh, as I can't speak for much other things, but as comedy writers and performers, you guys have fucking a gargantuan amount of potential. Um, and I think you're doing good. Uh, but I want you to I would want you to understand that I think you have an insane amount of comedic potential. That's my answer.
Oh, thanks.
Mm-hmm.
My ego gets bigger every minute. Honestly, if I get invited to a date, I should really just bring you to have you describe me to people.
I am. I'm not a good wingman, but I am really good at like wedding speeches. So
Just do that. Just
okay.
do that to the person that I'm taking to the bar.
Okay.
I'll be scrolling through. I'll be scrolling through Reddit. They'll
Oh,
ask me
good.
a question, and you'll answer.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do my best man speech as a wingman. Hey, wow, I'd like to thank everyone for coming out here tonight to meet Clayton. Clayton's one of my best friends in the whole world. He's one of the kindest, funniest people I've ever met. Uh, and I'd bring like a prop microphone and I'd wear like a whole tuxedo suit to really bring the whole thing together. Okay. Anyway, let's go on. 20 or 34.
Moving on. 34. Here we go. Your house, containing everything you own, catches fire. I believe you alluded to this one before.
Yeah.
After saving your loved ones and pets, you have time to safely make a final dash to save any one item. What would it be, and why?
Uh. Oh. Fuck. It's hard to like. I want to be like I have two answers, but like it needs to be one solid answer. That's why the question's hard. Um. I guess my computer. Because I have so much raw video stored on it that losing that. You know, I've already lost it all once. So I don't know if I could handle losing it all again. Uh, so I guess my computer. My backup answer was I have a little box, it's a little tin with Superman on it that I put the ticket to every movie and concert I've been to. I put it in that. And that's filled with a lot of good memories. But I think my computer edges it out.
Hell yeah. That's fair.
Mm.
Yeah, I would probably also go with I'd go with either the computer, just for raw potential value.
Yeah.
Um, so either a computer or what do I have? I like I like the vine sauce, snow globe.
Mm.
So that's a contender for like second place.
Now, are
Let's
you
be
just saying that because you're talking to me, the guy who got it for you?
real. Well, let me also mention uh, my Kirby plushie.
Oh, that I also got for you?
Gee.
You gotta talk about those vine sauce socks?
I do really like the vine sauce socks. Uh, I feel like I think I have a vine shroom plushie.
Yeah.
Somewhere.
I got you one of those.
Gee. I don't want to. I didn't want you to have to learn this way. I don't know where it is.
Well, you got like the majority of the items, so. I mean, I can't tell you where that copy of Stuart Little that you put baked into a cake is. Maybe I can. Hold on, let me see. Is it on my shelf? Yes, it is. Yes, it fucking is. All right. It's under my copy of Pulp Fiction. All right.
I think the vine shroom is probably in my closet somewhere. It's where like everything is.
Yeah. All right.
I have a very small room.
We're almost done. We're in the final stretch.
Here we go. This is like so. Thank you now for joining us to part 4.
If your drive to work was 2 hours long, welcome to work. Thank you for pulling in. Have a nice day at work. We'll catch you after work with the rest of this podcast. All right, 35. Of all the people in your family, whose death would you find most disturbing and why?
Sister.
I
think that would suck.
Yeah, good. I was gonna say my brother.
Yeah.
Like I've come to terms that my parents are gonna get old, or my parents are getting old, and someday they're gonna die. But my brother's 3 years older than me, so it'd be real fucked up if he died. At least right now.
Awkward.
Yeah. Okay, good answer.
Good answers all around. 36.
Oh, fuck.
Here we go. This is I believe, the final one, unless they're going to debate us at the end.
Yeah.
36. Share a personal problem and ask your partner's advice on how he or she might handle it. It's actually just therapy.
Yeah.
Also ask your partner to reflect back to you how you seem to be feeling about the problem you've chosen. That was a lot of words.
Yeah. Okay, so I share a personal problem with you. You give me advice. And then... Wait. Ask your partner to reflect back to you how you seem to be feeling about the problem. So, then you explain to me how you think I feel about the problem.
How I think you feel. Okay.
Yeah, that's what it seems like it is. Fuck. A personal problem. I feel like, our friends don't care about me, the same way I care about them. We're just airing dirty laundry. Let me say this is not a life-threatening, earth-shaking problem. But I feel like a good chunk of our friends don't care about me in the same way I care about them. And that suck. I guess that's my problem. I think you have already talked about this. I think I've already heard your advice on this. But maybe there's someone out there who feels the same way, who's listening. So if you got any advice on that.
So my my advice to the listener,
Yeah.
would
Caller.
be,
Yeah.
I mean, you guys know me. Like, live and let live. You know,
Yeah.
can't you can't change another person. You can just do what you can to change yourself, I guess,
Okay.
or not change yourself. You don't have to. No one needs to change. Hey, that's the great thing.
All right. I just want to say that we will be not green lighting the Clayton Collin advice show. Take my advice or don't. Ah.
Hey, just live and let live, brother.
I don't really understand the second half of this prompt, but how do you think I feel about this problem?
I think you feel. I think you feel like you've been like slated, like you're heated,
uh,
like you want to beat the ever loving
no,
bajungas out of friends.
that's not true. I think more. Yeah.
I think you want to share with them your work.
Yeah.
In a happy and healthy manner.
Yes. But I don't want to beat their asses. Let me make that clear. We're all adults with our own things going on. It's just sometimes I go, man, it'd be really nice if my friends were here. Or if my friends said anything about this. Because I always try to be a part of their lives. But that's just what it is what it is. As time goes on, I get more and more at peace with it. It's because there was a period where I really, really needed validation from something, someone. You know, no one was watching anything Fudge Films. No one gave a fuck about anything Fudge Films except for it felt like me. And so I needed that validation. And now we have a lot of people like you, dear listener, who participate in Fudge Films and make me feel like I'm not just shouting into the wind. It makes me feel validated. So it's at this point in my life, it's a minor problem. You know, it's not this big thing that controls me anymore.
Hell yeah. Now we got subscribers on Twitch.
Now we make money. Thank
we make
God.
Money.
Yeah.
Woo! Woo! Woo!
Okay.
Okay. So now I guess I gotta go.
Yeah.
Problem. Okay. A personal problem. You know, I think, gee, you know, I there's not enough people to play games with. Let me tell you what. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
Let me tell you.
None
of my friends want to play video games with me, and
that's not true. That's not true. We play games with you like every night. I made a big push to get us all together for Halo nights.
I hate them.
You're just like, you're looking at what I've done and you're just like spitting on it. You're like, yeah, no one's ever gotten everyone together. I try my hardest to get people together.
No one wants to play Satellite Rain with me, and I hate them.
I said before I wanted to play it with you.
The issue. How do you think I should handle this?
Kill your friends.
Okay. Listener.
Listener. uh, if listen, if you feel like you need more people to play with you, reach out. I've told you that before. If we're not together playing, which it seems like most nights everyone's together playing except for me. I realized this recently. Like everyone's always on Discord doing Halo, and it's like, oh, no one invited me. Okay, time to put the gun in my mouth.
I hate them.
I hate my friends.
I hate them.
See, now you sound like me. If you feel like you need more people to play with, reach out to our friends and others. No. Okay.
I hate them.
We gotta do a podcast sometime where it's a call-in advice show, and I'm giving advice, and you're just doing whatever the fuck this is. Alright, well that's question... Oh, let me say, I think you feel, impassioned with your problem.
Wow. I hate them.
Okay.
I hate my friends.
I think you feel seething, burning hatred. Well, that's all 36 Wait. Congratulations, you've answered all the questions. Now for the hard part. In order to solidify your love, you have to look into your partner's eyes for 4 minutes in silence. It's hard, and you'll squirm, but you'll learn an incredible amount. Good luck. Alright, Clayton. You ready? I'm putting 4 minutes on the clock.
Don't blink.
Don't blink. Ready?
Yep.
All right. Well, it's been 4 minutes. So that was pretty good. Clayton, how do you feel after that?
I feel worse.
All right. Well, that was the whole test. I definitely think I can say, Clayton, I'm in love with you. I love you. I love you. I love you.
This is our first date.
I love you. I love you. It's okay. You can say it back to me. I love you.
Oh, gee. I think I left the stove. I left
I love you.
my cat on the stove.
I love you.
It's a little reference there to Witcher on Netflix.
I love you.
Uh,
I love you. I love you.
Well, that's all for now. Remember to subscribe and follow us on Twitter. And remember, peace and love.